Hey my friend, welcome back to a new video. This message goes to anyone who's going through maybe one of the greatest challenges of your life. It may be emotional, it may be something related to your life circumstances. I just feel many of you may be going through something. And if that's you, my friend, may this message speak to you. Know that whatever you're going through right now, it may feel very intense. Let me remind you that you don't need to overcome everything you're going through today. You don't need to rush this process. Like if you think about your future a little bit, what is maybe 1 month of healing compared to the whole lifetime in front of you? And how much your life can change if you actually dedicate this time to some maybe emotional healing, some trauma healing, some identity shifting, recognizing the true self, how much your life in the future can change. And if for a moment you can imagine a future you somewhere way higher than you are right now, on maybe the scale of success, the scale of freedom and peace and abundance and love, looking down on you right now with an incredible sense of love and compassion and care for you right now, how does it make you feel? Do you feel that your heart has relaxed because your future you has nothing but compassion for you right now, going through whatever you are going through right now? It's not the end of the world, you see. It's the end of the chapter. Yeah, the pain that you feel right now, it's real and it matters. And you don't have to minimize it. Know that it's real and it is telling you something. Maybe you're trying to escape it so badly because there's something you're avoiding. Something we can learn from ancient wise people. They said, you will only be rich when you will befriend poverty. And you can befriend poverty by practicing it. You know, sometimes we take for granted hot water. Only when we maybe shower with a cold one, we may start appreciating once again the luxury that we have. Or sometimes we take food for granted until we go for a few days of fasting and we recognize that we are living quite in abundance, right? And in my life, I found this a very great reset practice to kind of recalibrate myself when I'm going through certain intense periods, to notice that my world is not falling apart. I just need maybe to humble myself or to be more present with myself. So I use certain, what people would call spiritual practices to do this work. So I meditate more at those times. Like I will take sometimes 3 hours in a day or 4 hours in a day just for meditation, to really cut myself from all this trying to escape from what I'm feeling and face with myself. And the result is a reward that comes with peace and understanding of myself. So I found it very, very healing. Let me share with you a story about the mountain and the storm. That, you know, it teaches us that sometimes when we go through something intense, it may stop us. It may we may look at it sometimes like a sign to stop and turn back, like it's not worth it or something like that, especially if it's related to your passion project endeavor or your business or something that means a lot to you, but maybe you see no progress or something like that. Or a relationship. Yeah, relationships are challenging as well sometimes. Let me share this with you. It's about a traveler once climbed the highest mountain in his land. As he ascended, a storm rolled in. A strong wind, pounding rain, and blinding fog. He could barely see his own hands, and fear told him to turn back. But a wise man once told him, "Storms never last. If you stop now, you will always wonder how close you were to the peak." So he went with this wisdom, step by step. He pushed forward. He couldn't see the top, but he trusted it was there. Hours later, he broke through the clouds into the calm of the summit. Below, the storm raged, but above, the sky was clear. You see, pain sometimes is like a storm or any other negative emotion we go through. It feels endless when you're in. It feels intense when you're in. But storms pass, and if you keep going, you will rise above them. So it is an important reminder, because every time when we look back in our lives, we recognize that there were periods of incredible success and growth and achievements. But there also followed periods of downfall and stagnation and constant kind of a failure after failure, until we came to the point where we've started growing again. And to those of you wise ones out there, you understand that life goes through seasons. And currently, whole humanity is going through a season of great purge, cleansing of the old energy, the old negative stagnant energy. And to some of us it may be more intense, to some of us it may be a bit less intense, but it's happening to all of us. So what I'm asking you is to find a way to flow through this time with more presence, more awareness, maybe more kindness. And recognize that the scars you're wearing are also making you you, and they don't make you ugly, they make you unique. Like, you may think your past was so hard and that's why you're struggling right now, but think about what if life is preparing you for something so big and so vast and so maybe important. But life knows that it's what you will gain during this phase right now will be needed in the phase of maybe new growth and new strength and new successes. So just remind yourself that this time right now is a very important time, and take the most out of it, because maybe truly life is preparing you for a very big time that's in front of you. And maybe when you will come to that time, you will wish to have maybe more time for peace that maybe this time right now is offering to you. I don't know what is your situation, but my point is to make you shift your perspective Because emotions may blind us sometimes, but if we pause and remind ourselves that we are not what we feel, and we are also not what we think, we may recognize that if we sit with ourselves long enough, we notice what's beneath all of this, and it's eternal presence. It's the infinite you that is constantly making choices out of the present state. And if your state is chaotic, your choices are chaotic. If your state is clear, grounded and stable, your choices will reflect that. And sometimes when we feel chaotic, we truly need to make more pauses in our lives and just reconnect back with that nature that is, above the stormy clouds. Or maybe, in the sense of your body, beneath your stormy emotions. So you come to the point that even the darkest time of your life is only preparing you for the brightest point of your life. Like a warrior once found himself lost in an endless forest at night. He had no sense of direction, so he felt completely lost. And every step felt like wandering deeper into darkness. So, of course, he experienced a lot of fear, like you will never find your way out. You know how it feels when our mind turns on all these fears and we're like, oh, my life is falling apart. And we feel a sense of despair and weakness. And we start blaming ourselves or judging ourselves. And as despair nearly consumed this warrior, he saw something strange. His own breath in the cold air. It reminded him that he was alive. If I am breathing, he thought, I can take one more step. So he focused only on that, one step, then another, and another. Eventually he saw the first light of dawn. And to me, it reminds me that sometimes it's not to see fully forward everything that needs to be clear, especially at times like this when we're going through something dark. It's just knowing, okay, maybe today I've tried this and didn't work. I had this intense challenge and it felt like a failure. But what tomorrow I can do differently? Can I organize my routines better? Can I be even more kind to myself? What will I change so I can flow through the day with even more presence? What new habit am I building today that will help me to create a better life? Because we know that nothing changes until we change. So what am I changing right now? What this time is really encouraging me to change? What's a practice or a thing that I've been contemplating for such a long time, and maybe this time is my wake-up call to finally start initiating it one step at a time. And when it feels really, really hard, you recognize you're still breathing. You don't need to rush, you don't need to force. Well, sometimes you need to force yourself because we get caught in a loop of thinking and feeling same way, and it becomes so familiar to us that we kinda get lost in it unconsciously. So we walk through life unconsciously and we forget that we can change. But then one day we wake up and we recognize, okay, today I will actually push myself into something new. What if I would start a day with 1 hour of meditation? I never done this before, so what would happen if I do? Or 2 hours maybe. Let's find something that may really work and stick to it until it works. You see, a flower that is often moved can never grow strong, said Seneca. And it reminds us that sometimes if we are constantly changing practices, no practice can work, but if we stick to one, it will work, right? And the darkest days reminded me to stick to what works, because eventually it works. And it pulls me out of the darkness, because deep within, I've created my own light. I've created it. I didn't found it. I've awakened it. It was my heart. It was my love for myself. I've connected with my future self when I had the hardest days in my life, and I saw my future self successful. I saw my future self abundant. I saw my future self happy and free. I saw my future self surrounded with the most incredible people, and I saw my future self living a life that back at that time I was just dreaming, and that future me had nothing but love for me. He was not judging me because I've been failing at something. He had nothing but love for me. And that's where I've noticed that I don't need to do anything to be loved. I just need to be. I am already loved. And I've recognized it's love that I was looking for and searching for. And my future me taught me that I don't need to be anything to be loved. So that's where I learned that I just need to be me. I just need to be me and keep practicing being me, because we are so trained and we've been conditioned to be somebody. So to become ourselves is sometimes our greatest work, right? And then to master the mind, so we stay real to ourselves. We keep ourselves accountable. And we master our emotions, so when we fall down into negative states, we know that we are not what we feel. We detach from expectations. We detach from some negative self-criticism. And we return back into this state of nothingness that can be experienced in a meditation. Just to remember once again, where are you coming from? To know that firstly you're nobody until you choose to become somebody. So out of all the choices, why wouldn't you choose to be someone who feels free, abundant, in love with life? And your body will tell you what's the most natural. And follow that, because the energy never lies. So look for the highest possible energy and go for it. You see, the best possible meditation, I found out that really changes us if we do it, is that rather than just trying to say some affirmations to you, you focus on empty space, nothingness. Scientists call it open focus. In ancient Buddhist practices, they've been using this kind of meditation for many, many years. It's a very ancient practice. You focus just on nothingness. No form, no shape, no thought, nothing, just nothingness. And neuroscientists have discovered that longer you're focusing on nothingness, more your brain calms down from beta brainwave frequency, which is your thinking state, into alpha brainwave frequency, and then it goes slowly into theta brainwave frequency. And if you keep focusing on nothingness, eventually your whole body will calm down, your nervous system will calm down, and you will feel it. You will become so present that you will not be thinking about yourself anymore. And when you become completely present, then you can think about your future, you can visualize your future, you will feel it with all your senses. And in this state, nothing from the past will be there anymore. And that's a practice I found for myself the most powerful, because it doesn't matter how intense certain emotions are in my life or certain experiences are. When I do this practice, everything just makes sense. I get clarity, I get guidance, I get the sense of direction, and I just know what to do, and I know I'm so much more than this. So try it out and let me know how it is. I've learned this practice by Joe Dispenza, and I'm still doing it daily because it really works. So I hope you found this message today valuable, and I hope you've enjoyed in today's painting as well. I'm sending you all lots of love, blessings, and power. And big thanks to everyone for choosing to support my art. If you would like to get a print of today's painting, go on to AttractPassion.com and you will find everything there. All of my paintings. See which one resonates with you. They're available in prints. Some of the original paintings are still there, and some other products. So go and check it out. And also big thanks to everyone for joining our Patreon community for more exclusive content. See you there, and till next time, one love.